you go through life thinking that you know what life is and how to fix problems until all of it becomes so unsurmountable, and then you're faced under the weight of your own creations and you can't wiggle your way out of it, which is so profound. And it takes people a lifetime. You know, there's this wonderful expression that says that youth is wasted on the young, that we 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 go through this life in our 20s and we're achieving and we're doing these things and I got this, and you know, of course there is the beginning phases when you're just like, I don't know what the hell, mommy, daddy, who am I, right? You don't know what you are, and you're gullible and you're foolish and you're just learning, you know, just teach me, what is this life? And then they give you these set of programs and things. This is what you must do, son. You must be successful, son. You must tell your wife to do this, and your children should be like this, and you must always do this, and you must always do that. And you're like, okay, I got the program. And then you go and spend. So first you rebel. Your teenage years is like, no, I don't want to do that stuff, dad. I can do it myself, whatever. And then you realize as you're going into your 20s, much later, that you're actually doing everything your dad told you to do, but you just pretended like you rebelled against all of that, right? And it's your and it's your mom as well, right? Same thing with your mom. You're like, you know, I'll never do what mom says. You see that, and then you become a copy of them, right? And then so you go with thinking that you've done such a wise thing by being the cavalier to go and do things to your opposite. I remember once my wife told me in my late 30s or something, she said, you know, you're just like your dad. And I said, how dare you? I spent all my life trying not to be like my dad. How dare you say I'm anything like him? Like, you know, I don't do the same things. You just like him. I was like, you ignorant woman. She was right. She was right. And I'm so glad because so yeah. So we do all of this, and then the 20s and 30s, and then you say, you see, I did it my way, and look how good I am. Look, I've done this and I've done that. Not realizing you become a duplicate of the same thing that their parents taught them, and that's why they end up in a particular way. And then you get to this point, and then life bangs you against the wall. Divorce, illness, loss, suffering, all the rest of it, and you say, huh, what happened there? How did all of that happen? And now you return back to the child, going around googly goo, teach me, tell me, whatever. Except now you're even more afraid now. Now you're more afraid because you know the first time you listened, this is the drama that you had. So you become very skeptical. And you say, I got to make sure I listen carefully because I remember the last time I just remembered what everybody said, ended up doing this. And so now you become more reticent to what everybody says. And so now you've got to develop, you know, by instinct, you got to start listening to something else inside of you, right? Because that stuff that you were listening to does no longer works for you. And so then you go and plot your own path. And I think then you align. And then finally, if I could describe where I ended up, is I became at peace with myself after, my God, so long. But I didn't come up with the whole new beliefs and structures and way forward. I just like to get comfortable with the fact that I have no damn idea.
Absolutely. Rishad, you know,